In 1944, during the darkest days of World War II, soldiers who had survived prolonged sieges gave doctors a strange report. They didn't say, "I became stronger." They said, "It's like I'm no longer the person who entered this battlefield." Do you think you've survived those hard days? Maybe. But let me ask you something. Have you truly moved past them, or are you just carrying that past inside you? Most people think getting through a crisis means walking away like movie heroes, without a scratch and with a smile.
When you come out of a storm, you're not supposed to be the same person you were before. The architecture of your being has changed. Today, I'm going to tell you about 5 signs that prove you've moved beyond your hardest years. And the first sign is exactly what you think is your weakness. But in reality, it's your victory certificate.
The first sign is this: you're no longer afraid of imperfection. When you're in a difficult situation, your brain needs absolute control to survive. Everything has to be perfect so the world doesn't collapse. But when you move past that era, something interesting happens. Suddenly you realize that trying to be perfect is like putting tape on a dam that's about to break. It's foolish, isn't it? You no longer see the world as over if a cup of tea spills. You've understood that breaking isn't the end of the story. It's part of life's reality. If you're still trying to arrange everything in your life with millimeter precision, you're still trapped in the battle. Let a little chaos into your life.
Now, the second sign: your circle of people has gotten much smaller. Before, it mattered to you that everyone liked you because you needed others' approval to survive. But now, you've learned that being around toxic people costs you far more than being alone. The third sign: silence is no longer frightening to you. It's a sanctuary. People run from silence because the sound of their own thoughts scares them. But you, in silence, make peace with yourself. If you're no longer terrified of being alone at home without checking your phone, you've grown beyond those hard years. The fourth sign: the ability to switch. Have you ever been in a highly stressful moment, and instead of your brain freezing up like an old computer running out of RAM, you suddenly take a step back and look at the situation from above? This is the ability of emotional detachment. In difficult times, you were forced to learn how to separate yourself from the pain in order to survive. Now, this mechanism is wired into your brain. You can be in the middle of a work or family crisis and tell yourself, "This is just a situation, not my entire life." This means you're no longer a victim of moments. You're the architect of your own reactions. This is a superpower that came at the cost of your painful years.
The fifth sign: a shift in your view of time. Most people think that to succeed, they constantly need to be running. Your fifth sign of survival is this: you see time as an asset, not a race. After those hard years, you've learned that many urgencies are lies. That email that had to be answered right now, that person who had to approve you right now, they were all lies. You now understand that life isn't managing the next crisis. Life is the quality of the moment you're living right now. You're no longer afraid of time because you know how to endure within it. In the end, all of this means one thing: you are no longer the person you used to be, the one who is afraid of everything. Those hard years were not an old wound, but a lesson that helped you rebuild yourself. You came out of those difficult days stronger, and now you've got a handle on how life works. Now that you've built this new and better version of yourself, remember that you don't always have to be as rigid as a mountain. Sometimes it's enough to just be yourself and not let the world's fake pressures and stress mess with your head. To be honest, the fact that after all those challenges you're still standing and still thinking about getting better means you've already won. Everything else is just simple details of life. Thank you so much for being here along this journey. Take care of yourself.
See you in the next video.